Hello, how are you? Michael here with Deeper States Mind and Wellness. I am working on some soap tonight. As some of you already know, we did change our soap page. It's now called Deep Forest Cove. And the reason we did that is because we want everybody to kind of have the understanding, the imagination, I guess, in your mind that you're going along a deep forest, and as you get further in, there's treasures in that forest. And we're going to be producing, of course, a homemade soap. We're bringing in some goat's milk body lotion, which we carried before. We're going to start bringing that back into our products as well. And then we're also looking at bringing in some 100% soy candles, which I'll be hand dipping, which I've done that before. So we're excited. A lot of things happening. And tonight, I want to thank and also congratulate Andrea Graves. She was our contestant winner. We gave away a free bar of soap to anybody. Whoever was the last one that actually recommended between two of our scents. One was Pikaki and the other one is the Fresh Bamboo Fragrance Oil. So she was kind of the tiebreaker, and she picked the Fresh Bamboo, which I'm going to prepare tonight. And this is the first time I've done actually a dual color into my soap with you guys, so it's kind of cool. But this is what the fragrance oil looks like, if you guys can see that. And then I'm going to add color to this. So it's a little bit tricky because we're going to add the color through a squirt bottle. So that way what I can do is I can give different design processes into the soap. So it's a little more intricate than what we're used to doing. This soap has beef tallow. It has avocado oil, safflower oil, castor oil, coconut oil, as well as palm kernel oil. And many of you who know the palm kernel story. So the reason we use palm kernel flakes instead of palm kernel oil direct is that the flakes do not kill the tree that it's coming from. So if you're buying soap from anybody out there who hasn't been making soap for a long time, know that it's important for them to be able to tell you that that is palm kernel flakes and not palm kernel oil, because if they're using palm kernel oil, they're kind of killing the environment. Also, with our candle line that's coming in, I've been seeing people out there that are for the first time making candles in their lives, and it's a little concerning because they've not ever dipped a candle before, they've never poured a candle before, and you have to make sure that your candle temperatures are correct, and also that what you're putting it in has to be stable. Otherwise, it's going to flip over and it's going to burn your house down. So, we've been doing this for probably about the past 14 years maybe, with the soaps and lotions, and with some of the candle products, small candle products. We're going to vary this in through winter. We'll bring in some different winter scents, pumpkin, acorn, green apple, stuff like that. So anyway, let's get started with this, and I'm excited to have you guys here tonight with me. I'm going to try not to make this too long of a video. I can't start and stop this, and I can't edit it, so I'm going to do my best to move and to flow through with this. Really cool, I wanted to show you real quick, which this is a soap stamp. We had that custom made quite some time ago, and every one of our soaps that go out will have the custom Deeper States Mind and Wellness logo stamp embedded in it. So it's kind of cool. It kind of just represents how it's handcrafted, how it's handmade and hand delivered to you. Even the packaging is done here at Deeper States Mind and Wellness. We are going to be opening up an office for shipping and receiving because it is starting to build a little bit. If you'd like your orders done, we now can take orders on Facebook, on the actual Facebook page. There is part of the other Deeper States Mind and Wellness products on there. We're working on removing that little by little. We're trying to figure out how to do that. A lot goes into the marketing, a lot goes into the page build. But anyway, let's get started. So I have put my hard oils, the beef tallow, the coconut, and the palm kernel into the microwave, and I've gone ahead and melted that. So I have a bowl of melted oil in here. And then these are what we call the soft oils. So I'm just going to pour my soft oils in. I'm going to get that to mix. There we go. And I'm not too picky about this. I just kind of I try to get most of it because, I mean, everything's measured out to the gram. So you kind of want to make sure that all your oils are consistent with your measurements, because otherwise you get weird soap. This should be actually a very awesome soap. It's going to be a little bit on the softer side, mainly because of the avocado oil. But it should be a nice soap. Let me get that aside. Let me get this out of here. Also, I'm going to be going back into the old soap room that I had in the past, so that way we won't be dealing with a lot of this clutter and trying to keep everything kind of like, because if you're a soap maker or candle maker, you do have to have a license through your city. And you also do have to have restrictions and follow guidelines on how all your soaps and oils are stored, which we have that set up here because I've been doing it in my kitchen since the very beginning. But we do have a soap room that I actually used to use, and we're going to be bringing that back in so we can start producing more and sending more out, so people aren't waiting for the product weeks on weeks. Now, one thing about that being said is that, my products the soap has to cure for 3 weeks. I won't set the soap out before that. I like to say, no soap is sold before it's cured. By curing it for those 3 weeks, you get a hard bar soap. You also get a bar that remains fragrant, and you also get a bar that doesn't just melt away when you're sitting in the shower, and it's useless. Also, it's very important, if you take a bar of soap before it's time and you try to produce it to sell it, it's going to burn you. Remember, we're using lye, and lye is a caustic product. So it's caustic until it goes in these molds, and it sits for those 3 weeks, and all of the causticity turns into saponification. That's how we get soap. Anyway, all right, let's move forward with this. Let me get this open here. Perfect. And I'm going to pour this in a little at a time, mainly because I want to make sure that it's consistent and that my pour is even. Now, this is lye. It's lye water, and I'm wearing gloves. I should have been wearing gloves last video you guys saw, because it will burn you. It will literally burn your hands and arms and your eyes. So let's go ahead and start to blend this in. And it looks like it's blending pretty quickly. It's going to go into something that we call trace. I'm going to try to see if I can show that to you, okay? It's blending pretty quickly because my lye has been sitting for a week, which means that my lye is pretty caustic. It's pretty strong. So this definitely will have to have that 3-week cure period, and there's no way this will go out early at all. Some soapers will do that, and the thing is that, I just don't want to take that chance. I've done this far too long. I believe in quality. I also believe in keeping a product that's consistent. So let's get this in here a little bit more. It's getting thick. It's starting to turn kind of white inside of there. I don't know if I can show this to you. I'm blending it. I'm going to try. So there you go. You can probably see that in there. And what it's doing is it's actually blending everything in. It's blending the oils, and it's starting to start the saponification already now, because the lye gets really, really hot. It's increasing its temperature as it goes in and blends in with the oils. Once it goes into once it gets put into the mold, that's when it's going to get really hot. And then we're going to start seeing that actually begin to change color and everything else. Begin to change it'll take the colors I'm going to give it as it starts to heat up, and once we put the colors into it. And I'm going to show you how we do the fragrance tonight as well. So hopefully this video doesn't get too long. I am going to see if I can edit some of this out, because I don't think you need to be actually going through the entire 10 minutes or whatever it takes to produce this. But I will leave the prudent stuff in here, the important stuff that actually. Why Deeper States Mind and Wellness? Why the Deep Forest Cove soap is so special? I guess I want to say special because it is a soap that we've taken a lot of time, a lot of love, a lot of energy into. I don't just push it out there. So there are soap companies that are coming up out of nowhere right now. I've noticed that. I've also noticed that there's a lot of people that are coming in and doing the candles. And like I said, the candles are great. You just got to make sure that you're getting candles that are safe and that are done properly. Because you want to make sure that that's not going to be something that, flips over. If the container is not stable, it's not. And this is one thing you want to watch with soy candles, is that if it's not the proper glass to be using, and that glass heats up enough even if it's wax or soy, if it heats up a lot, what's going to happen is that glass is just going to break open. It's going to shatter, and you're going to end up with that all over all over where it's burning, and it's going to start a fire. So, all right, so we're all set with that right there. And then I'm going to split this into two pieces. I'm going to actually take the base that I have right now, my base soap, split it in half, and I'm going to use one half for one color and the other half for the other color. Then we're going to go ahead and just start mixing it together. Let's see what we can come up with, okay? The kind of cool part about what I like about doing this is that I never know what kind of color I'm going to get. I just play with it until I get something that I actually like. Let's see here. I think we're going to use this for a portion of it, because this is what I mixed my soft oils with, if you can remember that. So I'm going to take this and we're going to just put it in here, fill it up with some. You can see it's getting really thick, which means it's going to get thick quick on me. So I'm not going to be able to do a lot with this. I'm going to have to be able to actually like work with it pretty quickly and just go through with what I get out of it, okay? So we've got that. I will put that in the bottles. But for right now, let's concentrate and let's work on the greens. Because it is tea tree, it is bamboo, I'm going to use a green. That's going to be my solid base color. And then, let's see what we can come up with here. There we go. I've gotten it good enough to where I can eyeball my colors. I've done this for so long. And let's see, we're going to blend this in. And just get the color to mix in well. This is going to be a very, very dark green, which is really, really cool. It's actually looking awesome. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other, what I took out, and we'll put some of that in there. We'll make it white. And then we're going to take some of that and we're going to add some other color to it. So this is pretty green, if you can see that. This is a very, very dark green, a beautiful green. Let me get that in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this into one bottle, because I kind of want to get color everywhere, all right? I want to kind of get my color kind of all mixed in. Now that we're at this stage, I'm going to add my fragrance into it, okay? And this is a fresh bamboo fragrance. And I'm going to just pre-pour this, because again, I know where I'm at with it, because I've done it for so long, you know. And that smells so good. So this soap is going to smell very, very, very fragrant. It smells very fresh, like green bamboo. Good. And actually, no, I was going to do a brown in this, and I think I'm not going to. I think I'm going to make it green and white, because it'll come out green, and the white's going to turn a little bit creamy. So I think I want to keep it a little bit creamy, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to pour some of this into this bottle. I'm going to make a mess here probably, but bear with me, guys. This is not going to work quite well like that. So give me 1 sec. I'm going to have to figure out how. Normally we have a, what do you call it? Normally we have a thing to pour this in, and I don't have that here, because that is out in the actual soap room that we're redoing and building back into place. So what I'm going to do, because that's not going to work, I'm going to play with the colors a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get the mold. And I'm going to bring the mold over here so you guys can see it, and you guys can see me pour. All right, very good. You guys have seen this mold before. This is the same mold I had last time. Actually, it's not. It's another one. But the molds are all the same. They're all custom built for Deeper States Mind and Wellness. We have them all made for us. So each one is consistent. Each one carries the same amount of soap in it. It makes 1,200 units, 1,200 grams. And they're all the same, because they're custom built. So let's go ahead. What we're going to do, let's do this. It'll be kind of cool. So let's put the green down first. Good. Now I'm just going to smooth this out in here. Good. Now I'm going to go, I'm going to take some of the cream. We're going to take this over the top. I'm going to pour it high and hard because I want it to go down to the bottom as close as it can to the soap down below. You can see it's getting really thick. So I kind of have to hurry now because saponification is happening very quickly. It's getting hard. Now I got this in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just blend it in. You can see, hopefully you can see my hand movement. I'm just going to go in here. I'm just going to blend it through like this. Cool. This is going to actually look really cool, I think. All right, so we got that in there. Now let's get some more green on top. So we're going to get enough in here so we actually cover the top of this. So that'll be kind of cool. So I'm going to have a really thin layer of green in here. And this green came out so dark, so beautiful. I mean, it's hard to get a green this pretty sometimes. Sometimes a green just takes, it comes out kind of light. If you see my green tea tree that we poured about 3 weeks ago. It's actually up for sale already. If you want to go on the, either on the Deeper States Mind and Wellness page, you can go into the products page, or you can go to the Deep Forest Cove here on Facebook, and you can pick it up there as well. So that looks really good. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put another layer of this in here, and it is getting hard on me. So I got to get this going now. I got to get this done. And this is just soap. Like, so it is toxic right now. It's caustic, not toxic. But what happens is it will burn your hands. That's why I'm wearing gloves. But what I'm going to do is, because it's getting hard on me, I'm going to get it in here and we're going to get this done. As it heats up and as it begins to like harden and saponify in here, we're going to find that as it turns into soap, real soap, usable soap, by tomorrow, everything that I've used here, I can actually just wash. It'll be soap by then, and the lye will be gone, enough for me to be able to just wash it in the sink. Because at that point, it is just soap. So there we go. So I'm going to swirl this in just a little bit. I want my swirl here to be kind of light. I don't want it to be very heavy because I want it to still kind of keep that blending part. I want it to make sure that we're kind of keeping almost a separation between the white and the green. So that should be kind of cool, actually. I think this is going to look really awesome. And it smells so good. Oh, it smells awesome, you guys. It smells fresh. Very, very much like a summer fresh kind of smell, which is really, really nice. Let's see here. Get all this out of here. I like trying to use as much of the soap out of these as I can because I really want to make sure that my mold fills somewhat to a nice level, because I don't want it to, it's gonna, when it hardens, it's gonna shrink a little bit. So we want to make sure we get everything in there as much as we can anyway. You're gonna lose soap all the time because it's a process, right? So now we're gonna go ahead, I have the green on top. I'm gonna actually put the green straight in here. Let's see if I have enough to just kind of coat that out. See if I can hide it. Hide the rest of whatever I've done on the bottom of that. And then let's see. It's looking really cool, guys. Pretty awesome. This is a part I love this about soap, is that you can be so creative. You can do whatever you want with it. It's pretty forgiving. I mean, there's been times I've made soap that has just been total freaking disaster, and it was not good. It was pretty bad, but very rare. I think that happened one time out of maybe 20 years that I've been making soap. I started doing it at a very, very young age. Let's see here. Perfect. See, this looks really good. It looks actually yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy looking soap. So I'm going to get this out of my way. Set it over there just for now. And I'm going to pound this down a little bit just to get any air bubbles that are in here. And see, since it's getting hard on me, that's a problem. It's getting hard, and it's hard to work with. The longer you go, the harder it is to work with. But take a look at what we got. So we have now the top, which is a green layer. Remember, I put the other layers down below. So the other layers have been swirled. So I should get a top that looks green for the most part. Pretty much covered it all. It looked green for the most part. And then underneath that, I should get swirls or layers. Should be a pretty cool looking bar of soap. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for your time tonight and for spending it with me. I know we have busy lives trying to get back out there and going out and everything's opening up and we're starting to move around a lot. I'm going to be in Vegas for HypnoThoughts in August. If that's still a go, we'll see. So if any of you are out there and you want to talk to me about soap or you want to talk about hypnotherapy or NLP, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be there. Also, I will be doing a contest again for the next fragrance soap. I'll let you guys pick the scents. I think I am going to make the Pikaki, which is a Hawaiian flower, which is so awesome during summer. It's kind of that smell that when you were young and you got out like in Hawaii for the first time, and when you got off that airplane, you could smell that fragrance, that awesome smell of you knew you were in Hawaii, right? So I'm going to make that because I really do. I love that summer smell. I love that Hawaiian smell. When I worked for the airline, I used to go out there quite a bit, and I can tell you that it's just a smell that once you have that, you will never ever forget it. So if you've not been to Hawaii and you purchase that soap, that's exactly what it smells like when you get off the airplane. So anyway, I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit. You guys can hang out with me a little bit if you want, you guys, or go. But we're done with this, and I'm going to just set this. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'll explain to you what happens next with it, because you're not going to see this. So next what happens is I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to stick it into, I'm going to wrap it in a towel so that it stays hot. So it'll get about close to 280 degrees tonight. And then by tomorrow, it'll be hard. And then I just leave it in the mold for the next 3 weeks. I'll pull it and then I start cutting it, and we'll have awesome soap. I'll bring you guys in so you guys can see the cutting of this. All these videos are going to end up on YouTube, and then we'll share them on the Deep Forest Cove soap soaps and lotions and candle products. Everything will be on the Deeper States page. So invite your friends, have them come out. And again, whoever picks the next fragrance for my next run of soap, I'll do the Pikaki, and I'll do whatever you guys pick. Whoever wins it will get a free bar of soap shipped out to you with shipping and everything, so you can check it out. Alrighty, you have any questions, give me a call, 562-426-6884. You can email me at info@deeperstate.com. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Have a good weekend. It's Friday here in California. I know some of you are listening and tuning in from other parts of the world. But it's Friday night here. Have a safe weekend. Be safe, be good, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you for joining me.